All righty. Good morning. It is March 29th, 2021, and it's 7:30 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And Monday morning pre-market futures. The futures are down. The Dow futures are down. The NASDAQ futures were down pretty much throughout the night, but it suddenly gotten really strong and are now almost back to break even, almost back to flat. I think the NASDAQ will be strong today. At least it's looking that way so far. You can see that I've made a few trades during the night. I did some scalp trading, and I actually went into the night with one share. You can see I traded Friday night, right before the close. The NASDAQ spiked higher, and I traded one contract right there. And we went down from there, and I only had one contract remaining. And we went down, and I bought that second contract back here. We kept going down, and I bought a third and fourth contract there on that red candle going down. And then we finally turned around, and I sold the two that I bought for scalp profits. And then I actually got out of the second contract here, and I kind of did some scalp trading, buying and selling. I sold the last contract here, and I've been with one contract since then. So right now I'm only holding one contract in the NASDAQ. That's all I have. One contract. I don't have any. I'm flat in all the other indices. I did some trading in the oil patch. Again, scalp trading. And these were full contracts, so I only traded one. And you can see we had hit a bottom here, and let's see, I bought one here, sold here. Okay, I see what I did now. I bought a contract here, sold here. I bought a contract here, and I sold here. So both those scalps were for profits. And then we had a big move higher, and actually shorted one here, and then bought it back at a lower price here. And then we kind of been trading up, and then once again I bought and then sold. This was within seconds. I bought here, and then sold up here, and that's all the trading I did in the oil in CL. And so far, that's all the trading in the wee hours of the night. But has been productive, and my account's at a new all-time high, 46,316. And you can see that I only have a margin of $100 consistent with only having one contract. So I plan to do more scalp trading today, and if we get a pullback, then I'll probably buy some more contracts in the NASDAQ, one or two more, to carry into Tuesday. But that's if we get a significant pullback. Otherwise, I'll just scalp trade during the trading hours. So my featured artist today, Lê Badang. Lê Badang is a Vietnamese-born artist who lived in France. He died in Paris, France, and it was 2015. If he were alive today, he would be turning the age of 100 this year. So he died in Paris, France. This was by Lê Badang, and I have one other Lê Badang. I actually have three Lê Badangs, but I only have two to show you. So that's a Lê Badang. And Lê Badang. So he died in March of 2015. So it's kind of a celebration of the month that he died. His artwork has sold anywhere from $10 to $25,000, which was the highest price for one of his artworks that was sold at auction in Sotheby's in Hong Kong. And a lot depends on the what the art was, what the art size, the materials used for the artwork. A lot of that, all that goes into the appraisal of the artwork that he's done. And that Hong Kong piece sold in 2020. Okay, so as you can see, the futures are down. These again are delayed. The NASDAQ futures are almost flat. They're only slightly down. And my watch list is pretty small these days. Actually, I have a much larger watch list on another that I keep on another account, a very small account that I have. I have on a Thinkorswim account. But this is these of the holdings that I have any significant amount at all. These are the three: Airbnb, NIO, and Tesla. Now I know NIO and Tesla. Why would I get those two? They're both EV stocks. Yeah, well, it would just be. I'm the type that would pick the EV stock that would just go down. So I decided to get two of them, just in case one goes down, the other one goes up. Unfortunately, they've both been getting just slammed. I mean, especially NIO. NIO, I got in over 50. I was in the mid to upper 50s when I bought NIO. That thing is almost being sliced in half. I mean, taking a significant hit on that. Tesla, I didn't have that many shares. I actually added to them recently. I only had 8 shares. Now I have 10. And that's been taking a beating too. I'm not used to Tesla going down almost every day like it's been doing. But that's the reality. picking stocks is hard. That's why I really favor futures trading. Options is interesting. You can solve problems with options, and I like options, and I trade options. Um, but I use options more to protect um, the positions that I have in my futures holdings when I'm really holding a lot of contracts, and I just need a little added protection in case things don't turn out the way I expect. And so with options, I try to get theta to work in my favor and earn money while the spreads that I hold are just kind of churning away. Um, so, um, so making that theta money on options is the one thing I like about options. You just have to set up your spreads so that you can get what I do. I do bear call spreads. So I'm selling an option at a strike price that's out of the money. Like I'll sell a call that's out of the money, but then I'll buy another call in with the same underlying stock, same expiration date, but that's further out of the money than the one that I sold. So that sets up a bear call spread. So the one that I sold has more theta decay than the one that I purchased. So you're making money as days go by. If the stock doesn't move at all, you'll make money. Only problem with bear call spreads is when the market moves against you, you can lose a lot of money. If it really ramps up and goes, if the stock goes well beyond the strike price where you sold it, so that's the risk. But what I do, like with Airbnb will tend to spike higher. You'll have a big run up one day, and then I'll set up a bear call spread with it because it'll be up like 7, 8, 9 points. You set up a bear call spread, and then the way this market's been trading last couple of months, you're gonna get pullbacks. You're not going to get just a series of up days. At least it hasn't been happening recently. And so Airbnb's been like up one day, then down the next 3 days. So all of my bear call spreads with Airbnb have worked out. In fact, I have one going now that expires at the end of this week on Friday. So, I don't make much off them, but it kind of it takes the sting off of the holding the underlying, and the underlying just keeps going down, holding the stock, long term. But my Airbnb holding is a long-term hold. I've recently added to it, and right now I have 175 shares. NEO, I have about 125 shares, and Tesla, I have 10 shares. So not big, not huge holdings, but the Airbnb holding is pretty significant. But I think in the long run, Airbnb is going to be a good hold, a good long-term hold. So a little out of my element with the stocks. I kind of go for the long holds rather than the swing or day trades. But if something crazy happens, if Tesla does one of its spikes to the moons or NEO spikes to the moon, then I won't hesitate to sell at least part of my holdings, take profit. But it'll be a while before I take any profits on NEO Tesla, the way they've been trading recently. Okay, well, I wish everyone a profitable trading day for Monday, start of the week. Got a couple of hours before the bell sounds, and I'll be ready to go.